Holes are like the empty part of something. They're a spot where something isn't there. Things may enter or leave, but they have a mysterious aura begging to ask, what's inside? Holes are a contradiction to completeness. They interrupt a sealed surface and allow for things to leak in or creep out. Holes are portals in the life cycle for nutrition to enter and waste to exit. And holes are the means to how we breathe, take light in and see, and how we procreate. They appear everywhere because everything has holes. Holes have such a mysterious quality to them. It's like sometimes you see a hole and you're like, oh, I want to stick my finger in there. Sometimes you see one and it's like, ooh, no, that thing could bite. I'm not sticking my finger in there. Another time it's like an entryway and you kind of don't know where the path will lead, but you decide to enter, or maybe you decide to keep walking by. But it's part of everything in life is that things pass through holes. And what does that really mean for art? It means that we can see these bigger systems. It means that we don't just see plankton. We see plankton go in the mouth of a whale and it becomes nutrition. And that nutrition makes this giant whale alive in the ocean. But holes aren't limited to just the life cycle. I mean, we get a hole in a tire and we don't have transportation anymore. We have to get it fixed, and we have these emotional reactions that holes are something that are unintended. You know, they confront our plans in a way. If you have a leaky boat and you start sinking, you have an immediate thing that needs to get fixed. And this reactionary feeling we get that something has a hole in it isn't limited to something we can necessarily see. And that's where, as an artist, it gets interesting. How do I paint these kind of feelings that there's a hole somewhere that we can't see, but we kind of know it's there? There's an organization, and there's people working, and some people don't show up, but the responsibility is still there. So how do we get things done when we have this hole in responsibility? How do we approach making pieces that will fill the gap? It's just human nature to try to want to fix things, you know, things that are falling apart have holes in them. But it's something that we can grapple with, and we can overcome certain things, but we'll always have to have a balance where we just understand that these things aren't working right. And in the meantime that we're trying to fix them, we just have to deal with them. And it's kind of a harder thing in life to deal with a gaping hole that maybe you don't have financial security, or maybe you've never met the right someone that you want to fall in love with. And there's deeper emotions that really come from this emptiness. And it's important to not focus on that emptiness too much, but to try to run around and branch the parts together. Because ultimately, that emptiness is an entryway. And things will come into life, and things will go out of life. And to really just sit back and appreciate that cycle is sometimes all that we can do. Life will keep moving, life will keep bubbling on, but let's just try to be as nice to it as we can while we can. Thanks for watching.